Yeah, the so-called Magi's. Yeah, one of them secretly discovered in their tree. Yeah. And I said again, never trust that female on the other side of it that worked for that dude. I said you seen Gaddafi and his harem, or like security guards around this person. You seen what the Iranian leaders were doing to like the other males in front of the society, and how they were killing the females in front of them. I told you once they display that type of power, and they bring to like bring people inside the public, and they make the public watch them, and they execute them or even torture them or remove their hands, chop off their fingers or something. Yeah, never trust the female from their own military group that's gonna come to and somewhat hide or camouflage to like the female rights that I have from my Western system over here. What's up? Because she's gonna go off and like sound like the most oppressed female on earth that's gonna go off and like somewhat report, inspire, manipulate my own group into like a suicide, into like a whole bunch of like flaws and defects on the special side. And the other dude here from his own system is gonna come too. I find a way to manipulate my own males. It's on the dumbest topic you can even think of into more things, special side. Just to do the same into more things. So that's why I tell you as a male, always pay attention to the military generals, who their fathers are and their bosses into more things, special. And there's gonna be a patriarchy into more things, special. Yeah, that oppresses the female group and then eventually whatever. Because again, listen, I like my fucking dollars into more things, special. I go that way into more things, special. I'm not a simp into my friends. I'm just a family man. I have children to go off and raise, and I have things to go off and do, especially outside. Yeah, so don't worry about me and my relationship and that shit on this special. But to get another dude to try to snipe you from like another nation over here to like a group of females that go off and pretend to like be your females on the special. Yeah, do what Neo did into my friends. Dodge matrix, and then retrieve fire shot back, and don't be afraid when I firing these arrows into my friends special. Yeah, I know. I said initially my first kill, I felt nothing into my friends special on top. Yeah, because to me, killing was just like pressing enter on the keyboard over here to go off and like somewhat wipe off another Zerglin inside of a StarCraft game into my offense where I had no attachment to like nothing. That's way to the life for like the individual into my offense special up. But yeah, it was just like somewhat wiping off NPCs into my offense special up. And by the time you're done over here, that's how they train you. That's how you go on about your first, and that's how you kill into my offense special. It's just business. That's what I said by the end of the day. I go on about my first, but I follow certain codes and rules, so to make sure that I don't lose my humanity and my sector, like my properness. So I don't go off and cheat myself or lie to myself on like things that's way to safety, or things that's way to like instinct into my offense. Like go off and open up a business, I'm thinking that I can go off and like put whatever I want in that paper, and by the time it makes it to like a system that I go off and double check, yeah, I get caught into it. So that's the feedback that's way to like. Yeah, somewhat lack of discipline or like a code with an especially because you're too open like I don't want to say like a whore. But you're just like too open into my offense, especially man. That's how I told the dudes here and from the black community not to pick up that virus from the cyber system, because all they're doing is offloading their stuff that they didn't want to do because they don't want to go to prison back onto them, and we become an infestation of viruses and feds. That already had a filter that once you go and hit a certain level, the filter itself is automatic. You get automatically reported, and then you get filtered out to a system that go off and scan statistics about you. The same way that they did the statistics for the election, they were like, yo, this curve is not natural. That's what they do inside your own special. And by the time they detect you on the special, they'll be like, yeah, go off and like fucking investigate this guy and like all sorts of shit from left time, and eventually they filter you up. And that's how they get a whole bunch of scammers from left to right over and over again. And they actually from then on it's just one chain of a lag of work. That's it. That they just pass down to like a new generation that they trick. That's how that system that'll go off and do 20 years behind bars with their own group of corporation. That's how, and then eventually the main person that created that system itself is going to be part of a state that goes off and collect the money of a real estate itself, and disperse that money to different business on different hands to go off and make sure that you can get that money more special, because it's a laundering system that's untraceable. Into more things, he bounces that money from one hand to the next. Somewhat cascaded into like maybe like 30% of what its original worth of like the initial 0.001% of what it was worth. So he still makes a profit. Why he systematically send a whole bunch of dudes and females into prison non-stop to then go off and become a labor workforce for them into more specifically, and then goes off and participates in domestic warfare or recycle them back inside the front line by trafficking them to like spaces like Russia, and go off to like use them as human test subject to go off and advance electronic projects. Fake economies that go off like launder resources into and then be able to build business. I was like, what the